We're about to experience one of the biggest wealth transfers we've ever seen in a century, and not a lot of people know about it. Let's talk about money and business. A lot of people, when they think about starting a business, they think about opening a business where they could sell a service or a product, right? You could either open up a barber shop and sell your service, and you can grow from there and hire employees, or you could open up a drop shipping store, e-commerce, and sell products online or sell products in person. There's one business model where not a lot of people know about, and I don't hear anyone talking about it, is private equity. So what is private equity? It's still business. It's the exact same thing. But what do you sell? How do you make money? Actually, you make money by buying companies and assets, right? So it's a mental shift that a lot of people need to understand. It's a hard concept to grasp, but essentially, private equity quite literally means you get equity, which is ownership in private companies. So private equity, okay? So either you buy real estate, you buy land, or you buy companies. You take equity, which is ownership in those private entities, okay? So how does this benefit you, and why should you care? Why should you listen to this video? It's because the youth, our age group, right, from 18 to 30, we are the next generation coming up. So the baby boomers, or the Gen X, the people who currently run these companies that you don't see on Google, they're low-key companies, and they're doing 10, 20 million in revenue. They are looking to retire, and they're looking to sell. A lot of them, their sons or daughters don't want to run their company and keep it going. So they have no choice but to sell, right? Usually they just sell it to their manager, their general manager, their project manager. Sometimes you could come in and purchase these companies from them. Now, this is what I've been doing with real estate. Now, real estate is very cut and dry, very simple acquisition channel. There's not a lot of moving parts. It is what it is. It's a building. They want 2 million. Okay, you buy it for 2 million. You just make sure that the price is under what its value, or you could add value to it by renovating the building. So that is still private equity. Now, how do you buy companies? How do you buy real estate when you don't have $2 million or 5 million or 10 million? There's a couple of ways to do it. You could put 10, 20, 30% down and then get the rest from the bank. Now, what if you don't have the down payment? You could raise the capital or do seller financing. So to acquire something, you need to have at least some sort of knowledge in it, right? And so that's why I am making this video for you guys, so you understand that if you have an expertise in car detailing, if you have an expertise in painting houses, if you have an expertise in accounting, if you switch your mindset to, okay, instead of opening up my own painting business, my own accounting business, my own car detailing company, you could just buy these companies who already have clients, who's been in business since 2005, and then pay them out as a VTB option, as a seller financing. So this is how it works. There's one way you could structure it. One way is, say, this painting company, they're doing about 3 million a year in revenue. They're doing 20% margins. Okay, not bad. So let's say you want to buy them. The owner wants to retire. You don't have 3 million to pay them. What you do is you could sign a fixed price contract with them and exit them out in 3 to 5 years. So let's say you do a 5-year exit for them. You sign the deal. Let's say they want 3 million. You come in, you say, hey, what if I come in, you train me for the first 5 years, so that you have a smooth exit, smooth transition, and I'll pay you a little bit more, right? So instead of 3 million, I'll pay you 5 million, and I'll exit you in 5 years. Now, why would the owner do this? Well, number one, he's getting a higher price, for one. So his retirement is going to be easier because he has extra 2 million bucks. Number two, he knows that he can train you for an easy, smooth transition. A lot of these business owners, they care about their clients, so they want to make sure they're handing it off to you properly. And number three, you can make payments to them. So you come in and say, I'll buy you out at year $5 million. I'll give you extra 2 million. Let me come in with a small down payment, and then I'll make payments to you as I go. Okay? So the owner who's selling to you, they get cash flow because you're going to give them payments every month, but you're using the money from the business to pay them, right? But they are slowly exiting out. So they're still getting their cash flow, and they get to exit out, and they have a fixed price contract with you to exit. So that's what's very, very normal in real estate. And this happens a lot in companies as well. So that's one way you could do it. Now, let's say you need down payment. You need at least $500,000 to give them. Well, you could raise the capital for it. You could raise the capital from an investor and give them a return on their money. Or if you have 5 million, you could use that too. The point is, you could either start a business and wait 10, 20 years to get to a considerable revenue, or you could just acquire companies. Because again, we are in the midst of a great wealth transfer to where trillions of dollars are going to be exchanged from the older generation to our generation. It's going to flow down. So it's up to you if you want to capture it. Now, you need to have some sort of value to bring to these businesses. In my instance, in real estate, I understand it. I could bring value by doing the management, by doing the financing. I could find these deals, these off-market deals. You need to have some sort of edge. So, say if you want to acquire car detailing companies, you need to have some sort of edge. What kind of edge do you have? Do you understand social media marketing? You understand how to cut the costs down? If you do, you should be purchasing companies. And your goal is to have portfolio companies. And this is where the famous saying goes, millionaires are created through real estate, but billionaires are made through private equity. So another tip is, a lot of these companies that's doing insane numbers are not on Google. They're not on social media. These guys are hidden. You have to find them. There's a lot of companies that their website is absolute trash. You have no idea what they're selling, but they do 15 million a year at 15% margins, right? I was speaking to this one owner this morning. He owns a metal fabrication shop in a small town, tiny town in Alberta, and he's doing 12 million a year, 28% gross margins, 10% net. Okay, so he's doing about 1.1 million a year in profit, net profit, right? So that's about almost 100. That's almost a mil a month, right? Sorry, 100K a month. 100K a month in profit. 100K a month in profit. So, and he has no reviews, no Google presence, just straight heavy contracts with companies like Chevron and other companies like that, Co-op, the big superstores, because he cuts metal. He has robots that's worth a couple $1 million that cuts metal into specific specifications to then sell to these grocery stores, these construction companies, gas stations. It's very interesting stuff. And there's hundreds of these kind of companies that's out there that's looking to sell. And so this guy's looking to sell. He wants to retire. So we could potentially structure a deal there. The point is, nowadays, it's all about the value that you can find and bring in to create that wealth. You could start a business if you like, but why not acquire a company with employees that's already there, project managers who know and understand the business. The owner can train you for a year or two, and he can exit out and get his retirement piece. And you could come in and be the owner. Now, what I do is I partner up with other people that's doing this who have more experience so they could come in and operate it with me. So I got a couple friends that did the same thing. They bought it's a rental company where they rent out trailers to oil field workers. And they bought it for 32 million. And they're doing about $1 million a month in profit. And so you could bring in someone like that to help you acquire a company, and they'll give you a piece as well. So just a little brainstorm session with me to show the possibilities of what is out there, what kind of businesses that you could start. Because you're not limited to just selling your service or product. You could also acquire companies if you just think a little bit differently. Hopefully this helped. See you guys soon.